When it comes to marriage, everybody wants to, be happy and everybody wants it to work. But there are certain things that, whether you like it or not, these things are boss kill in marriage. And in today's video, I want to be talking about one of these things. So let's talk about it. One of the things that will make your marriage very sweet and, easier is when there is enough money. When my cousin got married, she was advised to save money with her husband, since they are now one, they've become one in matrimony, they should keep their money in one bank account. That this is the best way for the love to be, I don't know, for the love to grow, for the oneness to be there, for the marriage to work. So, well, being a good girl, she tried it. And the first month she collected her salary and added in the joint account. The second month she collected her salary and added in the joint account. The third month, the husband that didn't add in the first month and the second month now went and withdrew the money she added the first time. Then the second time he went again and withdrew the money. My cousin stopped adding money to that joint account. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about money and who handles it in marriage, or who manages it, or is the joint account thing a good one for married couples? Why is it not good, and what you can do so that money will not become an issue in your marriage? Welcome to Glodigani Marriage School, the place where we help the unmarried to choose right and keep the marriage from running until they must. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so. We want you to join us on this adventure, right? And share our videos. Even though you don't have any issue in your marriage, there are people who will learn one or two things from everything we are exploring on this channel. I know that some people may have their own idea about people and changes, all right? But personally, I don't believe people change, especially when they get married. Like, some people believe that, he will change or she will change. What are they changing? Let me tell you something. The people who are coming into the marriage are the same people who have been single. They don't get a new them because they now said I do, okay, on the altar. They are still the same people who grew up in their own respective families with their own unique characteristics or idiosyncrasies or whatever you want to call it. So they are the same people that are coming into the marriage, okay, with their character. They are not going to shed off who they are. So if you are married to a spendthrift, someone who doesn't allow money to maybe stay in his or her hands, once you get married to them, be ready, because this is exactly what they are going to do in the marriage. Whoever is advising you to join your finances with your spouse should first of all clarify, or first of all investigate to know whether this spouse you've gotten is a prudent person or a spendthrift. I don't recommend joining your money together with your spouse. If your spouse is a spendthrift, please keep your money far from him or her. But peradventure, your partner is someone who is, a prudent person when it comes to money, or she doesn't spend money anyhow carelessly, all right? She always calculates what maybe she wants to spend and everything. I think it's okay to allow this person to handle the family money. Now, when it comes to personal money, I prefer everybody to hold their own money. Now, let me talk about personal money and family money. A personal money is your money that you made, or that one that you are in control of. If you're a man, you are working. I mean, when you are paid your salary, it's your right to disburse it anyhow you want it. It's your money. If the woman is working, it's her right to disburse her money anyhow she wants, because she worked for it. Now, family money has to do with money for investment, maybe. Yes, of course, money for investment, because normally in a home, a woman handles the money for maybe running of the house, miscellaneous and all that. But when it comes to, let's say, emergency fund and family money put together for something, a project, let the prudent person handle it. I know of a couple, the wife is a spendthrift. She knows She makes more money than the husband, but she knows she spends money a lot. So she allowed the husband to handle the money. Whenever she gets, her salary, she will take the part she wants to hold for herself, and then she will give the rest to the husband, because the man is a prudent man and he is into investments. Now, in this their own case, the man is the prudent person while the woman is the spendthrift. But you see why it's working for them is because the woman has realized that she spends money without limit, and her husband is a man who invests a lot and knows how to manage money. So she's all for it. Let the man hold, the investment money or the family money, as we may call it, all right? But I think she also has her own personal money that she can, use to do her own things and everything. She doesn't have to start getting permission from her husband whenever she wants to handle something personal, all right? That's why I'm always, recommending that everybody get something to do so that they'll be making their own money. Another thing I want you to note in their situation is the man is not holding the money because he is the head of the family, all right? The woman is not giving it to him because maybe she wants to be so obedient or whatever by handling all her, handing over her money to the husband. No, she's doing this because the man, like I said, is a very prudent person. So don't misunderstand. Maybe I'm saying you should hand over your salary to your husband. No, if your husband is someone who knows how to spend money only without any, limit or without any restraint, there is no way I would recommend you hand over your finance to him, because he's going to run you down. Now, even though you don't want to, you guys want to plan together, run a joint account, of course, there are people it's working for. Right now, there are some couples who are doing it. I mean, everybody puts their salary or their earnings into the account. Maybe they sit down and plan on how to use it and disburse it to their needs or family issues and everything. But there are people it will not work for. And let me tell you, there are so many things that you should think about before you decide to pull your money together as a couple. So this is something you should think about, when you are pulling your resources together with your spouse. Anything can happen. Even the Bible said, woe unto the man who puts his trust, okay, in another man. It doesn't matter. Like, always remember, the person you are married to is not an angel. They can change or metamorphose into something you never envisaged. So that's the risk a woman faces by, maybe leaving all her earnings to the husband to hold. Now, what of the man? One problem with allowing your wife maybe to handle all the money that comes into the family is that if she's someone who is not generous, of course, it's not every human being that is generous. She may limit, the help or the assistance you should have given to your own family. I don't believe in you get married and forget your people. Never. Even as a woman, as a man, I will not support that. Your parents trained you, they suffered for you. Your siblings, one way or the other, impacted on your life. Even though you're not going to carry them as a burden, of course, maybe you have to help. You are somebody there. Now, if you allow maybe your wife to have the say over everything money that comes into your hands, what of your own family, your extended family, maybe your mom, your dad, or your siblings? So that's the risk a man faces by allowing his wife to handle the money. Now, I know somebody may think that how can a man make money and hand it over to his wife to hold? Let me tell you, I personally met a man one day, and he lamented so much about what the wife did to him. He said he was doing a very good job, and anytime his salary comes, he will shift it to the account his wife manages. He will just be, but the wife was just somewhere, squandering the money. She spent more on her family, which the man did not to, complain a lot. But then she would spend money on so many things that doesn't make sense. Now, when the man's job eventually stopped, there was nothing. In fact, nothing was left. In fact, the man stopped the work, and his wife also stopped her business, that she cannot carry the family alone. Now, the man was like, what about all these years I've been working, giving you money to hold and manage? What did you make out of it? Nothing. So the man now, he had to use his last money to buy a small car and start driving a boat. So that is what he told me. He said one of the mistakes he made was allowing his wife to handle his money. To me, one of the mistakes he made was not, first of all, finding out whether his wife is someone who is prudent in financial matters or someone who doesn't know her priorities. So, you see, at the end of the day, when it comes to money, who makes money or who handles money is relative to the situation, all right? Personally, I would prefer the man makes money, holds his money. The woman makes money, holds her money. Then when they have a project, everybody will come together and contribute towards the project. But please, even when you're contributing towards the project, I also believe you should have your own personal backup plan, like personal money that you hold for yourself in case of emergency or in a situation whereby your spouse turns into what you never expected. Now, women, we are always at the receiving end of some of these things. If you work all your life and you didn't protect yourself, like Ecclesiastes said, it said money is a defense. Now, you didn't protect yourself, keeping your finances somehow that will support you in a time of maybe need or whatever. You may wake up one day and what you see in the marriage is not maybe what you thought you would see. And then what will you do? I've heard so many women who would tell you, no, 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 I can't leave this man. Instead, we will die together. All my investment, all my youth, all my suffering, we joined hand to do this one. We joined hand to do this one. Before you know it, they are there. So please don't allow anybody to deceive you or give you this marriage advice that is not practical, because the person you are dealing with is a human being. I will still reiterate this. The person you are dealing with is a human being with a hidden heart, okay? Yes, the Bible said the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it except God? And you are not God. So there's no way you will know what this person you are married to is thinking. Always protect yourself by protecting your money, at least no matter how little you can. That doesn't mean as a man you should not provide for your family, or as a woman you should not support your husband. No, while you're doing it, please make sure you are on top of your game. Make sure you control your resources as an individual, as a human being. Now, when it comes to the idea of a joint account, if you guys have a project to carry out, you can open an account and save for it, all right? And let it be maybe where both of you have to sign before the money is released. Not either can sign. When both of you must sign for the money to be released, it is safer for both of you, all right? Then, after the project, no problem. You don't, if you want to also save for emergency, fine, the joint account can work. But it's not like everything you make as an individual, you throw it into the joint account and all that. Well, if it's working for you, go ahead. But if you are also not so much sure about this, please don't even do it, because some people who tried it, they don't have a good testimony about it. At the end of the day, no matter what you decide to do, always remember that every individual, every human being needs that defense that money brings to the table. Okay, you have your own life to lead. The husband or wife, everybody has their own life to live. Okay, so, and for you to be sure of maybe at least protecting your future to a certain level, you need money. So please, as a married woman, as a married man, make sure you are protecting your finances. There you have it with managing money in marriage. Who holds the money, joint account, all those stories that people tell. Personally, I make my own money, I manage my own money. My husband make his own money and he manages it. He can tell me when money enters his hands. I will demand the one I need from him. He will send it to me. Sometimes if he has something he's doing, he will ask me, babe, do you have this amount? Give me now. I will give you back. I also borrow from him sometimes. I'll say, lend me this amount of money now. When they pay me, I will pay you back and all that. I don't control how he spends his money. He doesn't control how I spend my money. Everybody's happy. We are not stingy to, each other, all right? But we are not controlling, the other person's money. We join our hands to carry out some projects. The one when I have, I will support. But it doesn't demand or say you must bring your share. No, That's how it is. I am happy. He is happy. Nobody is encroaching too much in the next person's space when it comes to money, because I need money. I have so many things I want to do with money, and I wouldn't want anytime I need, to spend money, I will get permission from somebody, whether my husband or not. I wouldn't want that. At the point you will start feeling somehow about it. If you want to try, you can try and then come and tell me how you felt about it. So I want you to think about these things. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, because all I can tell you is the reality of life. Let's stop removing as marriage, like our married lives, from the normal lives we are living. Even in marriage, you are still you, your husband is still you, all right, the wife is still who she is from, wherever she came from. So nothing changes because you said I do. So subscribe to the channel, share our videos, and like, send your comments and all that. I'll be seeing you in the next video.